This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Hello and welcome to another video. I am so passionate about this topic. This whole idea that eating plant-based is too expensive. If you're new here, my name is Hannah McNeely and I teach people how to make veganism or plant-based living sustainable and make the transition fun and easy because I had an up and down transition myself. So this is something I talk about a lot and I'm very, very passionate about it. I'm vegan for the animals and for my health. This whole idea that being vegan is expensive, it needs to be eradicated completely, and I want to discuss this because this really is just misinformation. This is sort of a way to push being vegan as like, this is for the elite, only like ultra privileged people can do this. I'm sorry, that's just not true. I hate to be so bold. I love to be so bold actually. Veganism has a reputation for being expensive, and I get why, because it is pretty common for vegans to be in a position of wealth. Sure, that is common. And also I think a lot of people's image of being vegan are like these ridiculously expensive juice bars. They're like $11 for a 16-ounce green juice, or these super expensive packaged foods, the vegan replacement meats, replacement cheeses, and all the other vegan products you might see at the grocery store. Okay, here is the number one thing we have to lay down as the foundation. Being vegan isn't expensive. Eating well is expensive. It's just the truth. Eating healthful and eating good, nutritious food is definitely more money than eating crap, whether you're eating vegan or not. So if you're pursuing a healthy, nutritious diet, whether you are vegan or not, it's gonna cost a little bit more than if you're eating junk food and just going for the super cheap food that's available, and obviously choosing non-organic. Like, there's so many things you can do to eat cheaply if you're on a very strict budget, but if you can expand out just a little bit, you can actually be vegan successfully and nutritionally while not spending an arm and a leg, especially if you're really careful about where you shop and what kinds of foods you're making at home and not going out to eat all the time. Because I love good vegan restaurants. They're so fun. I just go there on occasion. Honestly, we rarely go out to eat. We go out to eat when we're traveling or every once in a while. Like, it is a treat to go to a restaurant for us, especially since having a kid, because it's not as fun going to a restaurant with a kid, let's be honest. And the thing is, which is so funny, if you're comparing a vegan diet, like a vegan grocery bill, to a non-vegan grocery bill, and both grocery bills are going in the direction, on the trajectory of wellness and trying to choose healthful, good, whole foods, the vegan grocery bill is going to be less than the non-vegan bill. What? How is that possible? This is why meat is damn expensive, y'all. High quality meat, high quality dairy, it's expensive. And if you're talking about your environmental impact, meat and dairy are just, wow, what a footprint it leaves. That's a whole other conversation altogether, but it's just such an inefficient way to get nutrients that I am just so excited about eating a plant-based diet every day, because I'm going directly to the source of my nutrients and not going through this middleman or this middle animal to get to the calcium, to the iron, to the protein. There's so much that we can say about how to spend our money well when we're talking about our grocery bill. First things first, like, really just cut out the restaurants. You don't have to go out to restaurants as much. I know they're fun. I know they can be convenient, although if you really think about it, you know, my husband tries to say like, well, we don't have time, let's just go out to eat. I'm like, it's the same amount of time. You have to drive there. You have to wait to be prepared. Someone's going to prepare the food. It might as well be you, and you're going to save a ton of money and it's going to be healthier. So eat at home and your wallet will thank you. One of the biggest things you can do to save money on your grocery bill is be really deliberate and intentional about where you shop. There are so many options for most people on where to shop and where you can get really similar or the same product for a cheaper price. I've got a handful of grocery stores near me. I've got Albertsons and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and a store called Natural Grocers. And I found out that if I go to certain stores for certain things, I'm gonna save so much money. Trader Joe's is such an awesome option for anyone wanting to eat plant-based because they have so many plant-based products. And when you're comparing apples to apples, literally, you're saving so much money compared to Whole Foods. It's ridiculous. I will say though that I love going to Whole Foods because they have really marvelous fruit. And I am such a fruit person, and they have high quality vegetables. So sometimes I will go to Whole Foods to stock up on some really delicious fruit. But again, I'm really intentional about it, and I'm aware with what I'm putting in my cart. Like, oh, this peach costs $4.99 a pound. I'm just gonna get two.
Okay, I just want to interject here because I feel like I get accusatory comments anytime I talk about budgeting or money or the amazing privilege we have to choose a vegan lifestyle. Like, yes, obviously, there are many people in the US and around the world who literally cannot afford to choose organic, and just shopping at Trader Joe's won't be the deciding factor to help them buy more nutritious groceries. I recognize extreme destitution is a reality for many, and some people are barely making it by, which for me is all the more reason to be frugal with my money so I can be more giving and help those in need. There are so many wonderful organizations out there helping connect low-income families with healthy groceries, and I personally love Thrive Market's Give program. Thrive Market was designed exactly for this. The founders saw food deserts as a real problem, and so they created a business for everyone to access natural and organic food and products while giving their customers the opportunity every time they check out to donate their savings to those in need. Can you say win, win, win? I'll leave my Thrive Market link below so you can check it out. And by the way, if you have a favorite organization to donate to surrounding hunger and nutrition, especially if it's plant-based, I would love to hear about it. Please email me or drop me a comment. But listen, I hope it's clear whom I'm addressing when I encourage budgeting and reducing eating out in order to afford wholesome groceries. I hope it's clear whom I'm addressing when I dismantle this absolute fallacy that being vegan is too expensive. You can buy expensive or cheap groceries as a vegan or as an omnivore. I'm not talking to those who live in extreme poverty. I'm talking to those who totally have the choice to eat plant-based but are misinformed about how expensive it is. Okay, enough of me yammering. Let's get back to me yammering.
And the other thing we have to discuss is a major question you can ask yourself, and you gotta be real honest with yourself. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and be integral, okay? What am I spending my money on that is preventing me from spending money on high quality groceries? So if you're doing all the things, you're being really particular about where you shop, you're budgeting, and you're buying what's on sale, and you're buying in bulk, and you're doing all the things, and yet you still feel like, I just can't budget in organic, high quality vegan food for my groceries, just ask yourself, do I really need that new pair of pants? Do I really need the new iPhone? Do I really need to buy a new car? Do I need that giant house? Like, what are those things you're spending money on that aren't actually adding value to your life? And you can find a way to get the same thing that you need to add value to your life, but at a much lower cost, so you can reallocate that money to high quality groceries. Something like super expensive skincare, super expensive makeup. Like, can you be like, you know what, I'm gonna go 1 or 2 days makeup free throughout the week, and that's in the end actually gonna save you a lot of money, because makeup can be freaking expensive. Because I think when it comes to eating whole, organic, vegan foods, these things are not just this choice without any consequences. What we eat is vitally important to our health and our nutrition, and if you aren't willing to cut back in certain areas in, things that you aren't actually making you happy and aren't actually things you really need or want, then you're going to have to sacrifice high quality nutrition. And I think that really comes down to just like learning how to be really smart with your money, and learning about being frugal, and learning how to thrift. And if you're in a situation like that and that's what your budget requires, it can be so exciting and fun to see how you can save money in other ways, so that you can spend money on things that really bring value to your life, or save that money or give that money to someone who needs it. Another place I've been loving is Azure Standard. It's this awesome way to buy in bulk, and you save a ton of money if you buy a big thing of oats, a big thing of rice, a big thing of lentils, a big thing of beans. And if you really calculate it, it's crazy how much money you save. I definitely recommend checking out Azure Standard. It's super fun. Okay, let's get into 6 of the cheapest plant-based meals. These are things I eat on rotation constantly, and when you really break it down, you're spending just a few bucks for a meal. One of my absolute go-tos that we eat at least once a week is rice and beans. Rice and beans are so wonderful because they are nutritional powerhouses, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. So I pay $2.02 for organic black beans and $2.43 for organic white rice. I highly recommend making your beans from scratch in a pressure cooker, because you save so much money compared to canned beans, and they're super delicious and easy to make. Of course, the formula for a wonderfully nutritional plant-based diet is diversity of plants. So when you're eating rice and beans, you don't necessarily just want to eat rice and beans, right? There's other things you have to add that do cost money. This is sort of where the money comes in when it comes to calories per dollar. So this would be things like fresh produce like greens and tomatoes and avocado and red onion and lime juice. You can even throw mangoes into a burrito bowl. And of course, these things do add a little bit of money, but there are so many ways to buy produce for a good deal and not shopping at these really expensive stores all of the time. A really fun, delicious meal I love to eat, especially in the warmer months, is banana ice cream. Just peel and freeze your ripe bananas and then blend them in your high-speed blender into an ice cream, and it's so delicious. Even if you just had bananas and didn't add anything else, like you could add peanut butter or cacao powder or some barley grass juice powder to make it green, or you could add fruit on top or a nut or some other nut butter or whatever. Even if you just had bananas, it's so delicious and can make a really awesome breakfast or a midnight snack if you're one of those people. Hi, that's me. At Trader Joe's, organic bananas cost 25 cents each, so if I'm having 4 bananas in my banana ice cream, that's a whole meal for $1. Another one of my absolute staples is curried lentils and rice. Rice and lentils, like rice and beans, are super amazing. It's a great combo and oh so affordable. Organic white rice, $2.43 a pound. Organic red lentils, $2.40 a pound. And I love to make a curry out of my lentils, so I use coconut milk and curry powder and garlic and ginger and onions. I also love to use veggie broth when I'm making curried lentils, and veggie broth can be totally expensive when it's in those cartons in the Tetra Pak things, but I love to make veggie broth for free from veggie scraps. So what I do whenever I have veggie scraps that will go well in a broth, like sweet potatoes, carrots, onions, garlic, celery, those kinds of things, I'll put them in a Ziploc bag and I'll put it in my freezer, and when it's full, I'll put it in my Instant Pot, fill it with water, and put my Instant Pot in high pressure for only 30 minutes, and it makes an amazing free broth with scraps that I was gonna throw away anyway. Literally, you're saving about $8 there if your broth comes out to 2 Tetra Paks. Organic coconut milk for me, what I'm finding is about $2.50 a can, and I use 1 in a big pot of lentil curries. That is enough for leftovers. Oatmeal is an absolute staple for my family. We eat it almost every day lately. The oats I'm getting at Azure Standard are $1.39 a pound. Natural peanut butter from Trader Joe's is about $2.50 a jar, and of course I add like hemp seeds or strawberries or banana. This meal is so friggin' economical and so nutritious and filling and delicious. It's such a no-brainer for me. Oats, oats, oats. Pasta is such a classic like dorm room meal because it's so easy to make and freaking cheap. You can get pasta from Trader Joe's for $1 and a jar of sauce for $3.50, and if that combo will feed 2 people, that means it's $2.25 per person. It's super easy and delicious and one of those fast, quick back pocket meals. Tofu scramble is a favorite in this house. Tofu is like $2 at Trader Joe's. It's way more expensive at other stores, so I definitely recommend Trader Joe's for tofu. Tofu is nutritious and fun and delicious. You can make a little scramble out of it with nutritional yeast and turmeric and garlic and some salt. Add some veggies in there if you want, and if you want to put it on toast or have roasted potatoes on the side, there you go. A super easy meal, and it's really not that expensive. Again, I just want to reiterate, if you want to eat well on any diet, yes, it's gonna cost a little bit more. That's just what it is. But I just hate this reputation that being vegan is expensive. It drives me absolutely nuts. So if you want more videos like this with more budget-friendly vegan tips, let me know, and we will see you in the next video.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace, my favorite website building platform that takes you from A to Z in the website building process without ever hiring a designer. Connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated, members-only content, manage your members, send email communications, and leverage audience insights all on one easy-to-use platform. Create a community on your Squarespace site with a fully integrated commenting system, use their powerful blogging tools, and manage inventory. Squarespace is my preferred platform because it's incredibly easy to use, fully integrated, and the result is a beautiful website you can call your own. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/HannahMcNeely to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.